Kia ora koutou. Last week, I introduced you to our refresh strategy. And so this week, I wanted to take a deeper dive into the climate program of that work as we're set for a very busy climate year ahead. A huge focus of that work program over the year is going to be continuing to develop practical steps for accelerating the transition of the light and freight fleets to low carbon. Importantly, that includes the development of infrastructure that's required to make that happen. SBC's role as a member of the Clean Car Leadership Group will continue to be a critical vehicle for this work, particularly in regard to New Zealand's EV charging infrastructure. The focus on freight work is moving from how we can decarbonise New Zealand's freight system to the next phase of enabling this to happen. We will soon be launching several programs of work, which include creating the ability for freight companies to offer a low carbon freight certificate to their customers, assisting our member organisations to collate the necessary technical and cost and availability information required to assess which low emissions vehicle options best suit their business, and also enabling mode shift. The first low carbon freight certificate piece is on track for a public-private partnership to take it forward with real positive momentum. Thank you to all our members who are currently contributing to this mahi. Please don't hesitate to connect with our climate team if you'd like to get involved or learn more about the work. Following the devastating flooding across the North Island and the destruction of Cyclone Gabrielle, we're also working hard in the climate advocacy space, along with the Climate Leaders Coalition, to ensure climate and our resilience to a rapidly warming world stays firmly on the agenda ahead of October's general election. Supporting this work will be our pre-election briefing paper that's currently being developed following engagement with you. As I've mentioned before, the paper will set out our key recommendations for whoever makes up the next government to ensure we don't lose momentum with the work that we've already made huge progress on, as well as highlighting other key priority opportunity areas. Work on finalising that paper is continuing, and we hope to be in a position to share it with you in the next couple of weeks ahead of making it public. In addition to our advocacy work, in the coming months, the government will be assessed by the Climate Change Commission on the adequacy of its current emissions reduction plan, as well as on its progress in terms of its implementation. The Commission will be providing its policy advice on the direction of ERP2 in addition to this. We will be providing you with the opportunity to connect directly with the Commission via member engagement events, as well as holding our own SBC engagements over the course of this work. And for those of you who are involved with ERP1, this will all look very familiar. Looking further out on the climate horizon, we're also beginning to have conversations with relevant government agencies who are in the early planning stages for COP28, which is due to be held in Dubai this December. As you're all aware, this year's COP will have a specific business focus. Given the relative ease and access of the location, SBC is hoping to bring a significant business delegation to the event. In doing so, we hope that this will also help bolster Australia's current intention to bid to host COP31 in 2026. A successful hosting bid will have significant positive impacts for both sides of the Tasman, as well, of course, as our Pacific Island neighbours, and of course, as well as for the reputations of all countries on the global climate stage. We're now calling for expressions of interest from any of our members who are wanting to attend COP this year. If that's your organisation, there are details in this week's edition of Pānui of how to connect in with our climate team. On the road to COP, the Australia-New Zealand Leadership Forum will also offer opportunities to engage on trans-Tasman climate initiatives and opportunities, and I'll bring you more details on that a bit later. So, as you can see, I wasn't understating it when I said that this was going to be a huge year for climate. And of course, you are critical components to all of this work. You would have seen our exciting announcement last week that Antonia Burbidge will be joining us in April from the Climate Change Commission as our new Head of Climate and Sustainability to lead our dynamic climate team, which also includes the Climate Leaders Coalition Manager, Megan Gallagher, and Sustainability Manager of Climate and Environment, Charlotte Kustra. So please don't hesitate to connect with any of the team. We're really looking forward to continuing this important work together. Ka kite anō.